Good morning, students. Today we'll see in detail about what is learning. So what do you think? What is learning? Do you think that you learn for your examinations, you complete your examination, then you forget it? Do you think that is learning? We'll see that. For this session, I have taken sources from Share Slides 2 to 3 Share Slide sources. I have taken many slides and images from internet, and I have referred to the book Organizational Behavior by Stephen P. Robbins. So in your context, what do you think? What is learning? Learning is nothing but change of your behavior based on some experience. That is what is learning. The behavior of an individual changes through direct and indirect experiences. This change which is happening because of an experience is called as learning. We'll see the definition of learning. According to Henry P. Smith, learning is the acquisition of new behavior or the strengthening or weakening of old behavior. Either in case you are acquiring a new behavior, or you are in a position to strengthen your old behavior, or weakening of an old behavior. This is called as learning. Learning is any permanent change in behavior of a person that occurs as a result of experience, which means any change in behavior which is taking place for a temporary, in that case, that doesn't come under learning. Any permanent change in behavior that is occurring because of result of experience. If it is occurring without any experience for the purpose of instinct or reflex, that also doesn't come under learning. And it has to be accompanied by acquisition of knowledge, skills and expertise which are relatively permanent in nature. We'll see the elements involved in learning. First one being the learner himself, the last one being the teacher. In between comes the experience, process and the environment. The learner is a key element, obviously because he is learning. He is learning based on some kind of experience. What is the experience that the teacher is providing, or what kind of intelligence based on which the learner is learning? That depends on the styles. It may be intuitive or sensing or feeling, or one of the multiple intelligence like linguistics, kinesthetics, either of them. Learning process, then there has to be a process. The process we'll see in the next slide. And there has to be an environment or a situation where you are learning. Then teacher is nothing but a person who is teaching you anything. He is a teacher. Now we'll see the learning process. First step would be acquiring a new experience. Then you are retaining the old experiences in the form of impressions, engrams and skills. Next one would be development and modification of experience. Then growth or increase in these experience. Then creation of new experience. Then finally synthesizing the old and the new experience. It is just nothing but the same communication process. Encoding, recoding, then decoding, strengthening, building, it is just the same. Encoding is nothing but, say for example, you are acquiring a new experience. Then you are retaining. Retaining is nothing but recoding. Retaining the old experience. Then you are developing and modifying, which you have gained. Then you are giving time for that to increase. So that is growth and increase. Then creation of new experience. Sometimes you'll have to give time for even decoding. Decoding in this case is nothing but you will have to weaken the old behavior. We saw the definition of learning, right? What was the definition? You will have to strengthen or even you will have to weaken an old behavior. So here it is happening, creation of new experience. Then finally synthesizing between the old and the new experience. We'll see the domains of learning. First one being psychomotor domain of learning, which is the doing aspect. Second one is cognitive domain of learning, which is the thinking aspect. Third one being affective domain of learning, which is the feeling aspect. So how do you develop this cognitive aspect? It is nothing but first thing you will have to gain a knowledge. Second part is comprehension. Comprehension is in the sense you will have to only comprehend. You will have to understand that. Third one, you will have to apply. Then analyze. Then synthesize. Finally evaluate. This is how cognitive learning takes place. Next is the affective. You are receiving. Then you are responding to it. Then how you are valuing it, the feeling. How you are in a position to organize it. Finally, you are characterizing it. Correct? First, you're receiving a feeling, then responding to it, valuing it. How do you organize that? How do you characterize it? This is how you learn the affective aspect. Third one being psychomotor. First one, reflex moments. How do you react to the reflex? Next one, how do you react to the fundamental moments or basic fundamental moments? Then how do you perceive things? How is the total physical activities taking place? Then what is the moment with related to skilled? Then non-discursive communication. This is how you develop a learning in a psychomotor or a fine motor skills learning process. We'll see the modes of learning. Under cognitive domain, it is the thoughts and the thinking process where you memorize, you go for reasoning, aptitude, logical reasoning. All this analysis part will take place in the cognitive domain. Second one is affective. Say for example, you are receiving a appreciation or a motivation from your boss. How you learn from that? What will be your behavior after you receive an appreciation or a motivation? So these kind of emotion and feelings, this is the mode of learning for affective. Third one being the normal, fine motor skills. How well you use your hand, legs, eyes, mouth, everything's coordination. How well you complete a job. That is psychomotor domain. Now we'll see how corporate e-learning or training has evolved. I've taken the slide from an article published by Josh Bersin. I'll just explain in brief. In the year or from 1998, the e-learning or the blended learning started in corporate. I'm talking about in corporate training. Corporate training is nothing but inside a corporate organization. When you join, you have a training. Apart from it, every month you have a e-learning, or every 6 months you have e-learning. Annually you have e-learning. It has been divided. Either it is monthly, or it's quarterly, or half yearly, or yearly. Generally it is monthly. And on an average, it is an employee has to spend across 30 minutes per month on his e-learning. Say for example in Amazon, they have their own LMS. They get topics based on variety. Say for example, a manager who is working in Amazon, every week he's been getting reminders stating that this training is still pending. Once you open it, it is the LMS, the same LMS process where he'll be given recorded videos. He'll have to watch the videos and complete the assessment. Till that time, that pop-up will not go. So this is the importance even corporate is giving for a e-learning concept. We'll see how it has evolved. Initially, it was the same pattern of a course catalog or an online university. Based on that, it was you will have to complete. You will have to see the videos and complete your assessment. It was just like a self-study or an online study. Then it moved as a talent management. That was from the year 2005. there was a rapid growing market of integrated talent management suites. LMS vendors found it harder to sell their standalone products, so they merged and it was acquired or built out performance management or competency management. Then came a paradigm shift of continuous learning, or what you call it as connected learning. So here LMS was giving a learning experience. It was not only a e-learning platform or a talent management platform. It was giving the entire micro learning or a complete learning experience. Then came the concept of digital learning, the real time videos and micro learning concept. Then finally, now we are in 2020, where learning is in the flow of work. There is no disturbance with your work. You will have to carry on with your work, and learning will simultaneously it is taking place. So this is how corporate training has evolved. Thank you, students. Never stop learning. Happy learning.